Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Getting a gig as a voice actor in this industry would be a special thing, a thing to be celebrated if you're an amateur moving up to the big times, especially if you suddenly get a gig voice acting in a rather popular, relatively popular IP such as Overwatch, right? Thing to celebrate, thing to talk about and praise and just laud all kinds of accolades, party time, all that stuff. But no, apparently not. The first thing you want to do is run your mouth about how much you don't like the look of a character. Seems kind of counterproductive to continuing your career as a voice actress, but what do I know? Over here from Insider Gaming, Grant Taylor Hill talking about this. Overwatch's Onron actor brags on Ozempic chic character design, because the first thing you're going to do is come out and shit all over the design. People worked on this. People put it out there, put it in their game. Faria, a content creator and actor, recently announced on social media that she's the voice of Anran in Overwatch. The newly added character has been making impressions as of late, but Faria wanted to take the profile of her addition to go in a different way entirely. 3-minute video you spent that I'm not going to watch again because I'll read it. I'm not going to watch it. Pretentious, narcissistic. I'm better than you. My way is better. I got a few things to say about it that I've already said on social media. But actor has a different voice on the social issues. 3-minute video has been met with a mixed reception. Mixed. Anyway, with some aligning with her values because they're just as window licking room temperature as she is. Others have accused the creator of spreading a rhetoric that doesn't belong in gaming. You know what? Let's see what she has to say, and you be the judge yourself. Here's her quote. The elephant in the room explained her stance on Anran's design, stating that she had to address the elephant in the room. Oh boy. I got to mourn. That's not a positive. That's not a celebration. I got to mourn Anran between the design I had hoped for. Ugly as fuck, wrinkly, unpresentable, unattractive. And the design we ended up with. One that players are going to want to look at while they're playing the game, maybe. Because I think in her comic and the cinematic element, there was a precedent set by it. There was an unspoken promise that said, quote, the whole thing's a quote, we're going to challenge the beauty standards plaguing, ransacking media these days. Plaguing and ransacking media these days. Because heaven forbid you have a video game with attractive characters. The Ozempic chic, the contour your nose, you have no... It's a make-believe character that they wanted to make money off of. What? Ozempic chic. Go talk to the people in Hollywood about that one. You have no nose, the tiniest nose. Oh, dear. And I think because of that precedent, people feel understandably let down. Except chances are far, far more people are going to open up their wallets to get those extra skins for the sexy, sexy lady. Overwatch is a trailblazer of challenging that right, trying to break those molds, trying to explore the bounds of what it means to be good. It's a MOBA. It's a video game. Hero shooter. What? What it looks like to be heroic. It's a power fantasy. People want to look cute and sexy. And I think the result we got says something else. Faria went on to suggest that Anran's design leaves a bad taste in the mouth of Overwatch fans. Before I get on to the next article, because this seems to be something plaguing the industry as of late, but maybe turning in the right direction where developing studios are seeing the tides turn. They're going which way the wind is blowing, towards the more sexually attractive avatars in their game, realizing that the ugly stick abominations that they've been putting out over and over and over again as far as the female characters goes have not gotten them any money. But good old Faria, if you really, really believe in what you're saying, quit. Give the check back. Stand on your principles. Stand up for yourself. If you really, genuinely, truly want to make a stand, and this is nothing more than some pompous, pandering virtue signal, pat me on the back, notice me, senpai, internet, then you'll give the money back, you'll quit in protest, and move on. If you really stand for what you say. But we all know you don't. You absolutely do not. And speaking of what plagues our industry over here at The Gamer, Jade King, I'm sure nothing more, nothing less than a bastion of journalistic integrity. Dear Overwatch, please stop babifying your female characters. Oh dear. One thing that I wish we could get away from is this exposition of what Overwatch is and where it came from. There was a time when Overwatch felt like the most progressive game in the world. Was that making them money? Was it making them any money? Maybe it was, maybe not enough. Maybe with the additions of these lovely, lovely lady characters, they plan or hope to make more money. It offered a sprawling roster of heroes hailing from a myriad of different countries and cultures. Are those characters gone? Honestly, answer, let me know in the comments section. We'll do a question a day, a question a video, maybe. Are those characters gone? Did they delete them like Bungie deleted Destiny, half of Destiny? Did they take it away from the players? I have a funny feeling those characters are still there, and you can still play them, huh? Goes on to talk about the controversial scandals at Blizzard. Box art star Tracer was first revealed to be canon lesbian character in a MOBA, in a hero shooter, because people playing the game outside of, the Reddit and Tumblr Rule 34 art, and even still, whatever canon lesbian, people don't care. If you know, you know. People are going to draw the way they feel like it. Other than those people, which is fine. The players don't give a toss about a character's sexuality. They want to know the loadout. They want, that might be sexuality. Anyway, loadout, load in, giggity. They want to know what the character has, what abilities they have, what their super is, what their specials are, what their mobility is. That's all most people that play the game actually care about. She's a lesbian character. I was over the moon because you're psychotic. It's a first-person shooter. Why do you care? I don't know. I think that's I'm not going to say that. I don't want YouTube to smack me, flap my hand. While it felt wonderful to see these characters like Mei and Zarya receive so much love despite their unconventional body types. So the unconventional body types are still there, but that's not enough. It's never enough, is it? In the same breath, Overwatch would also receive justified criticism for unlockable skins. Well, sporting specific aesthetics that were viewed as lazy cultural appropriation. They're a business. They're going to put stuff out there to try to make money, whether it's catering to February or June or whatever time of the month. Do they cater to January 1st or July 4th? I don't play the game, so y'all let me know. While queer characters seemingly being allergic to discussion. June. Really? Discussing their identities within the game. That's what you're upset about. Queer characters seemingly being allergic to discussing their identities within the game. This goes back to why. You want to know why Concord failed? Because they put nonsense like this out front and center in the marketing, up front, in your face, probably ignoring the actual gameplay marketing and the tactics marketing and the scenarios marketing. They went straight right up in your face with the pronouns and the body types and little snippets of what the characters were going to be doing and talking about in their spare time, which no one cares about. Gamers do not care about this nonsense when you're talking about a competitive arena shooter, a MOBA, or anything like that. That is for the people on Tumblr and on Reddit to Rule 34 and get their jollies off of all the way they want to, or do some fan fiction in their own little heads. This is the kind of thing that gets people turned away from the game. When you focus on nonsensical stories that have no place in the actual game itself. Overwatch desperately needs more diverse female characters, and we all know, if you know, you know, that translates to the characters don't look like me, ugly. They're not. They want more diverse characters in a hero shooter because they don't think the characters look heroic enough. I think the characters don't look heroic enough because maybe they put on a few extra pounds. If I'm going to sit there and play the game, play a power fantasy, my escapism, and I'm playing a male character, my darling, I want to look like Captain America or Thor. I'm not interested in not Fat Thor either. I don't want to look like the Violator from Spawn. I want to look like Spawn. Okay? That's how a lot of people feel and why a lot of these games are getting so much backlash as they are. One of the 5 new playable characters revealed this week. One of them's a cat. It's a freaking... Anyway, one of the 5 new playable heroes revealed this week is Anran, the oldest sister to existing hero Wu Yang Ye. First appeared in Wu Yang's reveal trailer. I'm probably saying that wrong, but who knows? Her facial features appeared far blunter and accentuated, hinting towards what many hoped would one day translate into an incredibly distinct new female character in the game itself. Except they wanted to go with something they knew would sell, which is probably why they changed the facial structure of the character. Interesting. Rather than building on the most positive reception from that initial design, her final appearance is babified. Like so many other women in the Overwatch roster. Why? Hold on. Let's go back up here. That's babified. An adult-looking woman with adult proportions is babified. Just say what you want, Jade. You don't like attractive characters in your video game, and you don't think anybody else should be allowed to play attractive characters in their video game. That's all that seems to be being said over these 2 articles, these 2 people. Whether it's the voice actor or it's a so-called video game journalist wanting to put their voice out there because you have to listen to us. We know better than you. Well, darling, morons like me are slowly but surely starting to do a better job. Maybe not me necessarily, but there's a lot of people out there doing far better jobs reviewing video games and TV shows and movies with maybe occasionally a more biased opinion, but probably far more objective than you, Jade, because you obviously have an agenda, and that's something that a lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of potential customers who are more than willing and interested to open up their money for a new video game experience. I forgot where this was going. I hope you get it. People want fun characters, attractive characters, and fun games to play. That's the bottom line. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTube begs you to do. After the scratch and the record player in my brain, hope you have a good one.